Hi everybody. So today I want to talk to you about what to do when you're really upset that someone else doesn't share your viewpoint. And I'm inspired to talk to you about this today because I was hired to speak to a group of teenage girls this past weekend. And they brought me in because these young women were very, very upset about the election results. They were all Hillary Clinton supporters and were really sad, really upset, depressed, angry about the results. And so they hired me to make them feel better. But I know as a coach and as a speaker, it's not my job to make people feel better. It's to give them the tools to create a shift inside themselves. And they did that. By the end of our 2 hours together, they had a much different perspective and mindset about the whole situation. So I want to share some of the things that I shared with them with you. And this doesn't really have anything to do with the election at all. This is really about what do we do when we really strongly disagree with someone else's viewpoint. And we are certain that if only they thought like we did and saw things like we did, then everything would be better. So a couple pointers for you. First of all, if you're attempting to change someone's mind about something by just telling them why they're wrong and why you're right, you're not going to get anywhere. Just, putting our opinions on another, saying you shouldn't think this way, it's wrong to think this way, how can you think this way, isn't going to change someone's thoughts. The only way that we can help catalyze a change in thinking in someone else is by guiding them to come to their own thoughts, their own conclusions. People really don't change unless they really want to change. No one's ever changed me by giving me advice. How have they changed me? They've asked me questions. They've asked me a lot of questions. This is what I do with my clients, and this is what I'm encouraging you to do with people, whether it be someone in your family, whether it be an employee, your boss, your spouse, whoever it is. If you just don't agree on viewpoints, but you want to at least not have the relationship be harmed, ask them why they think the way they think. Get to the root of their belief systems. Come from a place of curiosity rather than judgment. The biggest reason we butt heads with people when they don't agree with us is because we're coming from a place of judgment. So how can you come from a place of curiosity with the intention to understand? And then finally, move into acceptance. Because we don't do any good by not accepting the way someone else thinks. All it does is create more stress. We can accept and say, listen, I don't agree with this, but I respect and accept where you're coming from. Here's my viewpoint of it, and I'm wondering if we can reach some kind of middle ground. But please, don't waste your time trying to change someone else's mind. Instead, as the quotes behind me said, go out and be the change that you want to see in the world. Just preaching our opinions, maybe it creates some little impact, but it doesn't create the ripple effects that I think so many of us want. How we create impact is by coming more from a place of love and less from a place of judgment, and helping people come to their own answers, their own realizations, educating, understanding, coming from curiosity. So I'll say to you what I said to the young girls. We can't change people. We can't change the outcome of a situation. We can change ourselves, and we can take action that helps us get information and education out. And then it's up to people whether or not they want to consume it or not. So instead of putting all the pressure on yourself to go out and change the world, instead be the change you want to see in the world and trust that that's what's going to impact people most. Sending you much love and many blessings.